how much I love Journey Spice. Journey Spice, non-GMO, no salt, no sugar, just all sorts of goodness and smart, environmentally friendly packaging. Pinch the top, take it off. Food tastes better. Comes in singles, 2-packs, and 4-packs. It's Journey Spice. Find them at Amazon.com. Time for Denver's best sports talk with the Altitude Daily.
This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane.
Today's September 10th. All of the themes that we've talked about today, the discussions not only with the Broncos but around the league. When we get to October 10th, how different are those narratives going to appear before our eyes? Entirely different?
Yeah.
Or so we're not going to be talking about, hey, is the run game actually going to be committed to?
Well, by
Is
then
Danny
you're going to have
Dimes-
an by
is-
then you got an answer.
Is Danny Dimes actually a candidate for comeback player of the year?
Yeah, I think that theme's going to die.
Is Russell Wilson going to be able to fog a mirror in a month?
If there's one thing, you know what? Put this on
An
worst.
NFL mirror, I meant.
If I'm wrong, Nelly, put this on the Mojis for worst prediction. Danny Dimes ends this weekend with this whole look out, this guy's going to be, I don't buy this for a second.
No. You got to start that by saying, write it down, hell, record it.
Write
and
it
then make a
down,
prediction.
hell, record this. Danny Dimes Reclamation Project will be dead after they play the Broncos in week 2.
You can write this down, hell, record this.
It's a hell of a statement, bro.
Ginsu knife.
Listen, after what Schefter told you on Monday, that's a heck of a statement, buddy.
Okay, look.
Heck of a statement.
Moj, because the New Orleans Saints were sniffing around the Daniel Jones bargain bin doesn't convince me that teams believe he's good.
They didn't punt. I don't care if
Speaking of-
I don't care if the Miami Dolphins are the worst defense and the worst team in the league. They didn't punt the football all day long. They scored on every possession they had. What do you want me to
Speaking
do?
of-
Ain't happening Sunday.
Okay.
The Altitude Daily. The morning sprint.
Fine, you really want me
He
to
played
read it?
well.
Do you really
Go
want
ahead.
me to read it?
Okay, because I just heard 22 of 29 for Daniel Jones.
25 of 40,
25 of 40,
176 yards.
176. How many total turnovers accounted for?
3.
2 interceptions, 1 fumble.
Yeah.
How many touchdowns accounted for?
1.
It's not a good performance.
Okay, fine. Great game.
Yes,
From
it
from
was
Jones?
a great
All right,
game.
Great game
compared
from
to what
Jones. All right, I'll give you that.
compared to what the Colts have been getting out of the quarterback position for the last 2 years. Would you take it?
Of course you would take it. Now,
But hey,
as
I remind everybody, outside of Shane Steichen calling plays for AR5, Gardner Minshew looked like a dude for the Colts. Do you remember? That was a little bit of a renaissance in that 2023 season.
you weren't here when I went through so you're scared of a young rookie quarterback that you don't have film on because rookie quarterbacks are playing better nowadays. You weren't here. You were in Vegas. I went through it with Berto.
We were talking about Cam Ward, right?
We were talking about Cam Ward, and people were nervous
Was
about
I
it.
scared of Cam Ward?
No,
Me.
you weren't. I'm not saying you were.
Now, the only thing I got really wrong on that,
colloquial you.
what I got really wrong on it was I said that he was going to throw 3 interceptions. Instead, it was 6 sacks. Tit for tat.
Right. So he struggled, and I went through the last 15 years of rookie quarterbacks in their career openers.
I was a part of that.
And there's you were?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was really good.
I thought it was Berto.
It was a really nice
Yeah,
bit.
there were 2 instances of decent quarterback play. There were 2 instances of wins in your first start. Now JJ McCarthy, the rookie, not a rookie, wins his. When you look through Daniel Jones's career, do you know how many times in his 71 games as a starter to this point at 28 years old, do you know how many times he's put together back-to-back performances of a quarterback rating north of 100?
1?
Twice.
Yeah.
That dude is as inconsistent as anyone in the league. So for me to go, I'm quaking in my boots about Daniel Jones, I'm not going to get there. Am I more nervous about Daniel Jones' ability to beat you than Anthony Richardson? You bet your ass I am. But am I nervous about him replicating what he did against Miami, against Denver's defense?
Yeah.
Nope.
The Altitude Daily. Columbus, Hastings, and DMAC.
Based on the Broncos offense and the Indy offense from last week, how much, if at all, has your opinion changed about the Colts and Daniel Jones?
My opinion has not changed in terms of this is a game that you should win and you got to win, right? The season began with a couple of softballs. In the big picture, I'm not accusing the Colts of being a bad team. They're not. They just did something that has never been done in history. They scored 7 straight times. Daniel Jones, only quarterback ever to do it. So a very efficient, well-balanced offense that marched down the field on 14, 15 play long drives. But it doesn't change the fact Daniel Jones is not an elite quarterback, and the Colts are a team that the Denver Broncos absolutely need to get a solid win against.
Yeah, I put it this way, and I kind of go with what Leggy said. Miami just, and you said it too, D. Miami just be pitiful. I mean, there was something going on there bad. That's one. Two,
I think it's mostly connected to Tyreek Hill's situation.
Yeah.
And Mike McDaniel, unfortunately, as we like him a lot, it looks like he's lost that team.
Yeah. They are facing, talking the Broncos, are facing a better offense than they saw last year or last week.
Yes.
I would say this is a better offense.
Although I got to tell you, I was watching like Brian Baldinger and some other people breaking down Cam Ward. Cam Ward's going to be all right.
Dude, I thought Cam Ward played fantastic. If Calvin Ridley and his receivers could just catch a dang ball, it would have looked radically different.
Might have been a different
game.
But
you're right. Indy's offense is well more coordinated, organized, efficient than what we saw at Tennessee.
And you got a running back that can hurt you in both phases of the offense.
And they scored 27 points. If you count a fourth down turnover, they scored 27 points off turnovers.
Well, good for them.
I'm pointing it out because the Broncos couldn't hold on to the ball and still won the game.
Yeah.
You know, that ain't happening against Indy.
Well, how many points off the turnovers did Denver get if they're 20?
They had
two.
Technically, Tennessee had 2 turnovers, but
what was the second?
The second was on the sack fumble at the very end of the game that Barron picked up.
Okay.
But let's not even count that one because it was just kneel down time after that. So they only had 1 turnover. Did they score off that? Maybe a field goal? I'm not even sure. But it was only 1. I mean, the Broncos defense only got 1 turnover off Tennessee.
The point being, you just said their offense generated 27 points off turnovers. Ours, we're trying to guess, did they score 3, 7, none?
Yeah.
You know, weren't able to convert into points. So they're going to play a better team, and you're playing on the road, so it's your first chance to get on the road and get your bus schedules down and do all that stuff, and then you sleep in a different bed and blah, blah, blah. So it's always different. I think it's a tough place to play. I love Indy's home field. I think they do a great job there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole lot of different stuff you're going to be able to do. You are not going to be able to turn it over 4 times to win the game. You will not win the game having 4 turnovers this week. I don't think. So you get. I think. Listen, if you win this week, you're going to have to win the game. I don't think they're going to give it to you. I think you're going to have to win the game. But you're going to have to play better than you did last week.
The Altitude Daily. Kretman and Lindahl.
Sean Payton taking accountability. I think.
Let's hear it.
For his play calling on Sunday. Here's Sean.
Look, I don't know how many games I've called, but that's one of those where, you know, it came away from it like, man, I've got to be a lot better. And, you know, it was one of those games.
It's one of those games.
He's got to be better, Andy. He's taking accountability.
All right. Well, that makes me feel good. And listen.
It doesn't make me feel good. I'll tell you what'll make me feel good, okay?
Seeing it.
If he actually does something now. Like, it's good to say it, okay, Andy? Baby, I'm going to be better next time. I promise, okay? Cool. Thanks, Sean. But we need to actually see it in practice. Let's not get to halftime and have 22 throws to 9 runs. Let's not get through the first 2 possessions with 14 passes to 3 runs. I will believe it when I see it out of Sean Payton because guess what? The sample size is starting to pile up of this guy and his obsession with overlooking the run game.
No, I agree. Okay, let me ask you this, though. What do you think, like, to me, one of the bigger problems the other day, one of the things that had me nervous, I don't want to see this trend continue. It's the 5,000 personnel groupings. Jeff Legwold has said it to us 1,000 times. Create a bruise and then punch the bruise. Keep doing what you're doing well right there. do you even know what you're doing well if you're constantly just one shuffle of a group after another, like a hockey line change? I think Sanchez even made that point at one time. He likes to move them in and out like it's a hockey line change. Let's maybe just curve a little of it.
When we had the story in The Athletic before the start of the season that was ranking the play callers, they talked about that as being one of Sean Payton's strengths, his ability to be able to work in multiple personnel groupings within a series to try and confuse the opposing defense and force them into playing as basically as they possibly can because they can't be subbing necessarily as quickly. Here's the problem, though, is like with Drew Brees locked in, and when he is in just, mind meld with you as Sean Payton, the play caller, and it's your Hall of Fame quarterback, I think that stuff can work pretty well. The problem is that I think sometimes Sean Payton wants to skip ahead to the graduate level course with Bo Nix, and I would say in a lot of ways he's still in the 100 level class, okay? So let's maybe simplify things a little bit. Let him get to the line of scrimmage. Let him take a look at the defense. Let him get a snap off. And you know what? One of the keys that this team is going to have to be able to figure out is, can you run the ball when they expect you to run the ball? That's what this group's going to have to be able to do.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.